Good morning, card communities. RJ back with other videos, so let's get to it. Coming to you face to face today because I got a couple programming announcements to make. Well, one programming announcement, but other things. As you're watching this, it is the Friday after Thanksgiving. It's late in the year, late in November. December is coming up right around the corner. Sunday, December 1st, it's going to be my trivia recap. My final trivia recap for the year. Like I've been doing recently, I'm going to take the month of December off for making video, no content. I got a lot of other things going on. I'm going to organize my collection, prepare for the next year, ponder how my channel will change. But I'm gonna put a little thought into how I'm gonna go start the new year, plan goals, do things, and just concentrate on family things because we all have things going on. I do my videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Doing a video Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during the holidays is difficult. Doing the Sunday trivia week recap regularly every Sunday is difficult. So I am taking the month of December off. You will not see a video of me. You'll see me starting the new year again. I will be posting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday again. Thinking about trying to do a little more structured routine, but that's to be determined. That's something for me to ponder in the downtime. Well, another thing I'm going to say is it's the Friday before December. It is the Christmas season. Recommending and letting people know that I'm going to begin sending out the Christmas cards for this year. I have a stash of addresses that I have acquired through my time on YouTube, through my trivia contests. I get addresses for a lot of different people around the world. And I'm sending out Christmas cards. And as I want to do, and I'm suggesting, I'm offering this up as an idea to everybody else. When I send out my Christmas cards, I always throw in a couple baseball cards. Never anything really impressive, just things that are lying around, things that are fun, things that are cool, things of a team from where the person lives at that I'm sending the cards to. It's highly probable, if you're a viewer to my channel, and you remember me buying a couple of months, maybe a month or two ago, an entire box of magnets, refrigerator magnet style things, of different baseball players from like 1989, the Phoenix Magnets, that I will include a couple of those in everybody's Christmas cards just to get them off of my hands. Yeah, I'm going to send Christmas cards out to everybody on my list. I might reach out to some other people too and try and get some more addresses because there's other people I'd like to send something to if those people are willing to share their addresses with me. So, but I highly recommend, if you're a content creator and you send Christmas cards, just throw a penny card in there. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm sure we all have cards, stacks and stacks of junk wax era cards that we don't know what to do with. Just send them off to a friend. Send them off thinking of you. Here's a cool card of an old Cub player you like, or an old St. Louis Brown player you might like. Just brighten up their day with some cards. So those are my two announcements. Christmas card season is coming up. Let's try and spread the love of the hobby through that. And I will be taking the month of December off to concentrate on family matters and to reorganize my collection and prepare for the new year. All right? That's all I have for you now. Give me a second. I'm going to flip the camera around. We'll get into the presentation for today. All right. So let's talk about a random Mike Schmidt item of the day. A random Mike Schmidt item from 1981 Fleer. Phillies finest, Schmidt, Smith, and Carlton. Those guys are all holding a plaque down on the field at Veterans Stadium sometime, I guess in 1980 or early in the 81 season. In fact, I know it's early in the 81 season because if you read the back of this card, this is 81 Fleer. Steve Carlton, the Phillies 1980 Cy Young Award winner, Lonnie Smith, the Phillies' top rookie in 1980, and Mike Schmidt, the 1980 World Series MVP, teamed up to make the Phillies first half National League East champions. There is no way they would have known this unless this had actually been, you know what, maybe I'm wrong. You know what, I'm wrong. This is a 1982 Fleer card. I'm talking about something I'm talking out of my butt here, because it's actually a 1982 Fleer. Doy. No, but so these guys, this is like a picture from 1981 on the thing. Yeah, they were first half, because again, the strike happened in 81. It was first half season. But anyway, I think those awards are actually Philly issue. I don't think they're like Major League Baseball issue, because that's not a Cy Young award. That's not an MVP, and Lonnie Smith didn't win Rookie of the Year. So I think these were issues by the Phillies themselves to honor the contributions to those three players during the World Series run from 1980, frankly. Anyway, awesome picture. Awesome card. 1982 Fleer. I don't know why I thought 81. That's dumb on me. Random baseball item of the day from 2010 Topps, an insert card. This is out of the base, this flagship product, but this is an insert card in the flagship packs. History of the World Series, but highlighting the October 8th, 1956 perfect game, but it says Yogi Berra catches the first perfect World Series game. It has him catching a foul ball during the game. It doesn't put Don Larson on there. It mentions Don Larson, of course, on the back, but for whatever reason, Yogi's the guy they focus on the card. I'm not sure why they did this. I don't know the set particularly. Was Don featured on his own card or something like that? Don't know. I just think it's an interesting thing that they used Yogi on a card. Sure, find a reason to use him. But if you're going to use Yogi, find a better reason to, put him on the card, a different story, rather than Don Larson's perfect game and Yogi being the one to catch it. Just this man's thought. Today's trivia question. 1947, obviously, and it's well established. Jackie Robinson broke the color line. Baseball integrated in 1947. Took a while for every team to integrate, if I understand it. The Red Sox were last in 1959. Took them that long to integrate. 12 years after the Dodgers did it. 3 years after, 3 years technically, because the end of the season, 4 years after Jackie Robinson retired. He'd been out of the game 3 full years before the Red Sox integrated their team. And then it took a while. I believe it was 1975. Frank Robinson became the first black manager. I'm misremembering the history as I'm sitting here. I didn't look it up. Might have been 74, but I'm pretty sure it was 75 when he was player manager on the Cleveland Indians. So a lot of different parts of baseball integrated at different times. And in fact, it was not until 1966 that the first umpire of African-American descent appeared in a Major League game. Who was the first African-American umpire? In 1966. That is your question. What you're playing for? Cool card from this year's Topps Big League release. Bryce Harper. Kind of a red foil board. Big League, Topps Big League card. It's called Super Rare because it's a red foil. Super Rare. Look out. That's what you're playing for. If you can send me the correct answer, I will include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of that question you will have today in our answer. We will pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Good luck to everybody on that one. Today, I want to talk a little bit about T206 cards. So, T206 cards are not a set that I'm going to collect, meaning I'm not even going to start gathering and acquiring T206 cards. Why? My mind works in sets. I cannot own a single card, like a card that's part of a bigger set, and just have that one card. I can't stand it. I've got to get the other cards. I've got to complete the set. Otherwise, I'll just trade off or sell off or give away that other card. I don't want it. It's just the way my mind works for some reason. I can't stand having a loose card. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, there's caveats to that. Obviously, I have a lot of cards in my Mike Schmidt collection that are single cards of Mike Schmidt. But in my mind, because they are part of my Mike Schmidt collection, even though they are single cards from other set, they are still part of that set, my Mike Schmidt set. Similarly, I have other PSA set registries where single cards of other sets are combined into one bigger set or a different set, which in this particular case are a couple of the other PSA set registries I have. So there are times when I do have single cards in there, but for the most part I don't. So a T206 is not a set I'm ever going to start. Now, if you are a person who is on the PSA set registry, if you're doing the hunt, you know that there are a couple cards that are part of the full set of T206 cards that aren't part of the registry. Why is that? Because those are the legends, the cards, the Grail cards, your Honus Wagner, your Sherry McGee error card, your Plank card, your Doyle National League card. There are some cards that are so rare, so few people will ever own them, that they are not included in the PSA set registry. Now, speaking of T206 cards, let me talk to you a little bit about some of the T206 cards I am going to acquire and some of the reprints that I have for a specific reason. So, here are two reprints. These are part of a full T206 reprint set I have. I have the entire T206 set in reprint format. These two are two cards I'm going to acquire of the T206 set. Why? Because these are included in the tops, or not the tops, the PSA set registry of all-time greatest Phillies. The man here, Gavin Cravath, at the time with the Minneapolis Millers. Nothing on the back about the man, but he is Gavin Cravath. He was on the 2015 World Series team. This is Sherry McGee. Obviously, the error card was the GIE, but this is the regular one, the portrait version. He has a bat on shoulder version as well with a blue background, but this is the one that's part of the PSA registry of all-time greatest Phillies. These two cards I have to try and acquire. So these are two T206 cards. Try to get that more focused, that I have to get for my collection. So I will be acquiring those at some point in the future, hopefully this coming year. We'll talk more about goals in January. Another great T206 reprint I have, talking about the Wagner, is this guy here, the IMT Wagner card. Believe it or not, this is a well-represented card on the Bay, and a lot of people have had it graded. It is probably the best-looking reprint of the Wagner card that was ever issued. It's got a really nice Piedmont back. You can see here, 1995. The Wagner estate, Curtis Management, CMG is the Curtis Management Group, Wagner estate. So this is perhaps the most well-represented reprint on the Bay. And it always sits up there. I got it slabbed myself, got a nice mint 9. Happy to have it. Now, another series of reprints I got in my collection that I'm trying to complete. You want to talk about trying to complete a set? There is a set out there from 1987. I have a partial. I'm trying to complete it. Highlight, Hylite, a company called Highlight, 1987. Baseball Hall of Famers. You can actually get the whole set in a single pack for about $15 if you wanted to. I probably will end up buying that instead of trying to put it together piecemeal. But there are multiple versions and variations of those cards depending upon what time period you bought that set. Because the set, while it was originally issued in 1987, was reprinted multiple years thereafter. The company just kept the whole set together and would print additional print runs as demand required for every Christmas season, I suppose. So there are variations in some of the cards. Not all of them, but just a couple of them. So getting the whole set, master set, would be difficult. I'm not going to try and do that. But as part of the promotion for the set, they issued T206 reprints of the legendary cards, and I'm trying to complete all of those. Let me show you my sheet. So the 1987 highlight cards, they issued these promos. Each one has 5 variations. I happen to have all the Wagner variations, although I'm questioning this guy. This guy here almost looks like somebody made a reprint of the reprint because the coloring is off and the size and cut is off. Everything else, all the others look really good. So you have the Wagner, the Plank, and the McGee Error, all appearing in 5 variations, some of which I don't have, that I'm still looking for, to promote the highlight set. What it did was it showed the value of baseball cards. For example, the Honus Wagner plus the Plank and the McGee were these are the 5 variations. 2 different yellow card variations issued first. They listed the possible value of the Wagner card at 20 grand. One of them had no name, the other did. These were the first issued. Now, like I said, the set was released multiple times, reprinted multiple times for a few years after 1987. And when they included these reprint promo cards, they updated the value to what the card was actually selling for. Later on, it was worth $25,000, then $35,000, then ultimately $100,000 for that card. And they would just adjust. This is another reason I think this is like a bad reprint. Or maybe it's just a bad print job. I don't know, but here it is. So each one, even the Plank, there are 5 variations. And every time they updated the print run of the highlight, they updated the value on the back of these cards. So originally the Plank was $6,500. By the time they got done their print run of highlight cards, it was at 10 grand. And then the McGee started at $1,900 and eventually was up to 6 grand. So I am endeavoring to acquire all of the variations of the bonus reprint T206 cards that were issued as part of the 1987 Highlight Hall of Famers set in all of its various print runs from 1987 on. I got the Wagner completed. Still got to get the Plank and the McGee. And as far as my collecting habits go, this would represent part of the main set of highlight cards. And all the variations, I will be quite happy when I get these last 5 cards. These are available pretty cheaply, $5 or under off the bay, but hard to find. Not everybody understands the different variations on the back. Not everybody knows to look at it. So if you're looking for them, bear that in mind. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Kind of an oddity, I suppose, but also a highlight to my collecting thoughts. Again, I'm taking December off, but it is Christmas card season. So to all my viewers and hobby friends out there, keep an eye out. I will be sending out Christmas cards to everybody I have addresses for. If you met me or know me and you care to, I'd love to get a Christmas card from you. I'd love to send you a Christmas card. I'm gonna keep addresses for anybody who sends me a Christmas card, so I can return the favor right away. So maybe I'll get some cards from somebody I didn't have an address for. That'll help. But I'm going to send out Christmas cards and include baseball cards and probably some baseball magnets in that submission. All right. Thank you to everybody else for watching. I'll be back on Sunday for the trivia recap. I'll say some goodbyes for the year on that one. All right. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great week. Take care.